Welcome to the Gunnison Mansion, adventurers. Let me guess, some raving old man in the village nearby told you about this place? Said it was haunted and offered to pay if he got rid of whatever was haunting it? Yeah, same here. Don't worry about my name, I'm just a sellsword. Took this job for some quick gold. It ain't pretty, but you get what work you can. And investigating a haunted mansion sounded leagues better than clearing goblins out of the sewers or Waterdeep. I'm not a cleric or a religious man. I've seen enough to know that a haunted mansion is usually just full of squatting critters. Kobolds, maybe even an owlbear. Nothing you can't take care of with a blade. Then again, I'm not a fool, so I brought some holy water, just in case. I mean, look at that bloke on the floor. The dead man with a sword right through his gut. Don't want to end up like him. Oh, I was searching this place for hours. Only found rats. I was ready to leave, then I heard a whisper coming from upstairs. I called out. No response. So I walked up the stairs with my sword drawn and ready for anything. The whispering came from the attic, along with footsteps. I smiled, knowing who or whatever was up there I'd finally cornered and was about to earn my pay. Then I saw it, in the darkness of the attic. Burning red eyes. It had wisps of hair and looked like smoke from a fire. Just the sight of it made my blood run cold. Before I could run, it rushed me. On instinct, I swiped at it with my sword, but the blade passed through it as if it weren't even there. I felt its long, bony fingers grasp around my neck. Its touch was so cold. The kind of cold that saps the strength from your body in minutes. I was flailing like mad, but nothing worked. Then it let go. I fell 2 stories, right onto the tip of my blade. And now I know that haunted mansions are very real. And neither of us are going to be leaving this place ever again. Haunted. In the world of Toro, this word is used to describe sites of supernatural occurrences. An unconsecrated graveyard, deep tunnels and caves, or the darkest depths of the forest could all be considered haunted if such locations are steeped with magic and superstition. The truest hauntings are those places where the magic is malevolent, where the bodies and spirits of the dead are called forth into a hideous parody of life. The undead exist as a result of this natural negative energy, or the dark machinations of necromancers. They come in many forms, from the mindless zombies that shamble through cursed tombs to the vampire lords that rule the night. Yet the most dreaded of these undead are those whose souls have been wrenched from their bodies and the comfort of their afterlife. Any incorporeal spirit that still wanders the material plane, the ethereal undead. They come in many forms, but all of them have been bound to the living world, either by dark magics or their own unfinished business. These undead are dangerous and cannot be defeated through normal means. Blows pass right through them like a hand through smoke. They lack a true physical form and so cannot be harmed by anything save magic. But even if they are exorcised by a great wizard or priest, some lost souls can reconstitute themselves in time to haunt the land once more. Of the many types of ethereal undead, the ghost is the most well-known and simplest of these spirits. The lost soul of a once living creature bound to specific locations, creatures, or objects that held great significance to it in life. Ghosts linger on, attached to the world through strong emotions and feelings of important business left unfinished. Everything from mourning to love to malice can attach ghosts to the living world. Some are angry and seek vengeance on their murderers. Others have had their graves disturbed and cannot rest until the remains have been reburied. Ghosts rarely manifest physically and are often felt before they are seen. Entering into an area haunted by a ghost will overwhelm you with the spirit's own emotions. Sensations of sadness, loneliness, anger, and unfulfilled yearning wash over you. You may hear footsteps when nobody is there, feel cold in a room with a roaring fire, or be assaulted by the stench of death. All signs that a ghost is haunting this place. The mere sight of a ghost is so horrific that most become terrified at the mere sight of one. Some claim that the fear of seeing a ghost is so strong that it can take years off of your life. The most infamous power of a ghost, and the one that arises the most fear, is the power of possession, claiming the body of a living humanoid as a puppet to be used for the lost soul's own purposes. A ghost can be defeated through magic or holy blessings, but most will leave this world when their unfinished business is completed. Clad in misty black cloaks, with burning red and yellow eyes, a wraith is malice incarnate, an incorporeal spirit that seeks to quench all life. Its mere passage through the world causes plants to blacken and wither, animals flee in terror, and small fires are snuffed out, leaving nothing but darkness and death in its wake. A wraith is the lingering hatred of those who were truly evil in life. Though usually resigned to a fate in the lower plane of existence, some evil souls become suffused with power from the realm of negative energy, becoming a wraith. Like a ghost, a wraith can pass through walls, doors, and other physical barriers that are not warded by magic, and mundane weapons do them no harm. However, these hateful spirits cannot venture out into the sun. The light of day blinds and weakens them, so all wraiths haunt the night and the darkest of places. A wraith is said to drain the very essence of life out of its victims. With a single touch, the living rapidly age and wither into a shriveled corpse. More terrifying is what comes next. Those slain by a wraith can have what is left of their souls bound to the wraith's service, rising as a specter under its command. A specter is a kind of spirit that is somewhere between a mournful ghost and malevolent wraith. A soul that has been denied passage into its destined afterlife and gone mad as a result. These poor lost souls no longer remember who or what they truly were, and are beyond redemption, cursed to haunt the world for all time until its soul is met with oblivion. This cursed existence leads specters to become hate-filled. The mere sight of living things reminds them of a life it once had but cannot remember, and fills the specter with sorrow and wrath, driving it to deprive all others of life. A unique breed of specters are poltergeists, a spirit that is so confused at its own untimely death that it moves about as an invisible force. A poltergeist is not as hate-filled as a true specter, and it cannot drain the life essence of those it encounters. Instead, it flings objects about in a fit, from small cups and cutlery to massive tables and even iron anvils. Entire estates have been abandoned due to the destructive presence of a poltergeist. Those that wander the woodlands and moors of Toro at night are advised never to follow lingering lights in the distance. These are the will-o-wisps, small undead spirits that haunt lonely places. Will-o-wisps appear as balls of light, luring unwary creatures into danger. They promise salvation or a shortcut, and instead lead you into quicksand, man-eating plants, or the lairs of monsters. Then, it feeds off of your screams and despair. A far less subtle spirit that also heralds doom is the Banshee, appearing as luminous, wispy forms that vaguely recall their mortal features, with a face that is wreathed in a wild tangle of ghostly hair and an emaciated body draped in rags. A Banshee is usually female in form, though sights of male Banshees have been recorded. Banshees are the undead remnants of elves, who, for whatever reason, have been cursed to exist outside of their people's usual cycle of reincarnation. This leads the elf spirit to become spiteful. Forever bound to the place of its demise, the banshee haunts still living creatures, especially other elves, and afflicts them with its curse. This curse causes the victim to experience no gladness or joy, and feel only distress and despair, especially in the presence of other living creatures. After the curse takes its toll, decaying the mind and body of the banshee's victim, death finally claims the poor creature. Banshees are vain spirits, and they covet beautiful objects. Fine jewelry, paintings, statues, and other works of art, in a vain attempt to feel anything besides their own malice. Yet they abhor mirrors and reflective surfaces, as they cannot stand the sight of themselves. A mere glimpse of its own visage is enough to send the banshee into a blind rage. The most feared and infamous power of the banshee is their harrowing cry. A banshee's wail is said to herald death. This is no mere superstition, for the mournful wailing of a banshee racks the minds and souls of all who hear it, and many who do drop dead soon after. The world of Toro is a world where the spirits of the dead do not rest easy. These were just a few of the terrifying lost souls that haunt the Prime. Others, such as the malicious Deathlock White and the nigh unstoppable Nightwalker, deserve their own videos. Beware of the dark and lonely places of the world, and always clutch your holy symbol tightly, for such places are truly haunted. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, leave a comment, share the video around, subscribe to my channel. That all really helps me out a lot, and I truly appreciate it. A big thank you to everyone who voted for this topic in the community poll for the Halloween specials. You're all amazing. Now for the next video in the series, well, we've got a tie. 19% of you voted for Mephistopheles, the Lord of the 8th Layer of Hell, and another 19% of you voted for Tiamat, the Queen of Evil Dragons. So I decided I'll do a tiebreaker. Comment either Mephistopheles or Tiamat in the comments below this video to decide which video I'm going to do next. And if that doesn't work out, then I guess I'll flip a coin or something. Either way, it'll be a great video, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.